up-and-coming designers who've created the look like the one I'm wearing now, giving them their chance to shine on the runway. So here's the deal, let me tell you. Today, well, look at this audience of beautiful people. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at y'all, I can't even tell you what I'm wearing. Here we go. So today I am wearing Kishna Hurd, a self-taught, self-made designer who started out designing outfits for her mom with curtains, and now she's making custom clothing and partnering with major fabric brands. It is time now for my fit check. So let's get the details on this. Feel like a real-life princess, a Disney princess. This yellow matte satin gown, sculpted neckline, intricate beading, long 10-foot detachable train. They had to carry this downstairs to put me in it. We'll be meeting Kishna and seeing her runway looks a little bit later in the show. All 5 of our top designers will be back to meet with our Tam Fam, and we have an amazing surprise for them when we reveal our mentor. The first season of this, we had the late, great Andre Leon Talley, and we have continued the tradition of having the biggest names in fashion mentor our finalists. All right. Before we get to the show, once I get out of this, I will be getting on a plane. I'm headed out to Los Angeles. Last week it was Atlanta. This week we're headed to LA to hang out with our Tam Fam there. We are promoting my cookbook, which is an official bestseller. Lish and I will be at the Los Angeles Food Bowl September 21st. We've got a meet and greet as well that day at Now Serving. So come on, see us in person. All my AKAs have been showing up all over the world. And then I get to hang out with our friends at KABC, the Los Angeles home of the Tamron Hall show. So the Confident Cook Tour continues. Let's get cooking. All right, now, let me make my way back. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I feel like I should have a second wedding in this dress. My gosh, our first guest, speaking of weddings, our first guest may be someone who finds the right one very soon. The very first Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos, is here. Fans have been going crazy over the newest season of the reality show since it premiered on Wednesday, saying how gracefully Joan has taken on the lead role and that the men, they say, are some of the best in franchise history. Okay, but there's a lot of heart to her story that just touched me in so many ways. Joan is a school administrator from Rockville, Maryland, a widow. Yes, and as she revealed before, she lost her husband of 32 years, John, to pancreatic cancer. She's a mom of 4, a grandmom, and she's now leaning into this next chapter of love. Yeah. I love this about it. So last year, she was the first Golden Bachelor on that season, competing for the attention of Gary Turner. But Joan chose to leave in the 3rd week to be with her daughter, who was pregnant at the time. I mean, a selfless act. There she is on this show, but she put family first. And guess what? She got to come back on her terms this time. And now Joan is the star on the very first season of the Golden Bachelorette. Take a look.
Well, you look like someone who's ready to make history.
I am! We're here, finally! I'm so excited
so
to
great
be
seeing you, Joan.
I haven't seen you in so long.
Wow, how are you?
How are you?
I'm not as good as you.
We're here!
Man, you look fantastic.
Thank you. It's so, surreal to be back here. I thought when I left here, I was gone forever, and here I am.
Here you are, making history as the first ever Golden Bachelorette. How wild is that?
I feel like Cinderella right now.
Oh. Well, listen, she feels like Cinderella, and she deserves a fairy tale ending. Please welcome Joan Vassos to the show. You have the gold. I know. I mean, who knew I'd be wearing golden or gold
You
with
should have
you
told
here.
me.
Listen, you are shimmering and beaming. You don't need the gold color
Thank
here.
you, thank you.
I mean, congratulations on this. This is wonderful.
I can't believe it. It's surreal.
You said you can't believe it. It's surreal. Does it still
really.
feel at that point surreal?
Yeah, it kind of does. Well, so it settles down after you finish taping, but now back on the press tour and being on stage with you and sitting in this stool that I know so many people have sat in, this feels surreal.
I know, but I have to tell you, your story touched me in so many ways. From when you made the decision to leave the Golden Bachelor to be with your daughter at the time who was pregnant, who was experiencing postpartum. First of all, that made you so relatable, made you real. We already loved you, but then I just thought, gosh, I want her to have a fairy tale ending.
That's really sweet. Thank you. I feel like a lot of mothers and daughters watch the show, so it became relatable. Honestly, when it was happening, I didn't know that, and I thought this is, was just a really short journey for me, and it's just going to be one of those fun things you tell at a party, 20 years from now. I was on the Golden Bachelor for a little while. I had no idea in a million years that it was going to turn out like this.
You had this spark, you had this something special. I also think it was when you talked about being a widow, and you said on the show, once you started dating, you felt a bit like it was cheating, even though your husband had passed away and moving forward. Again, I can't tell you, I tell people, if you show someone your heart, they will fall in love with you. And I think that's why people fell in love, because that's a very honest thing that you could have hidden.
Yeah, it wasn't something I was proud of, It just, the feeling hits you, especially when you're kind of start going through the process, when you're just at home and being yourself and, no dating is really happening, you're not falling in love, you're not, in any real relationship. When you then start moving in that direction, you start feeling, having feelings for people, then all of a sudden you get hit with different emotions that you didn't know that were stuffed down there, and they come out.
And you're able to move forward. So now you decide you're gonna move forward in the big way. Now, I'm gonna tell you, the producers on my show, they're all probably under 30-ish. Yeah. They came in this morning and they're like, Joan has the hottest men to pick from in Bachelor history.
It's true. I know.
So you gave your first impression rose to a fella named Keith.
Yes.
He's a divorced dad, single dad, daughters. You said he made you feel safe in a way you hadn't felt in a while.
Yeah, that's a really weird feeling to have, to feel all of a sudden not safe, because I had this I have a great family and I have a great network of friends, but not having the person that you're tethered to, the earth, it makes you feel like you're kind of floating out there. It's a very weird feeling, and I think a lot of people that have lost have had that feeling, and I didn't know that until I, start talking to people. But he, for some reason, he was like this big teddy bear, and he had this very quiet demeanor.
Oh, big teddy bear.
Yeah, he's super
Sounds
tall.
cozy.
He's 6'5", and he's just a big guy. And
great smile.
And he has a great smile, and he talked about the beach, and he just knew the things that kind of made me feel comfortable.
Will you be kissing and stuff on the show? Your daughter's in the audience.
No one wants to see me kissing anybody, which is
What is that about?
I don't know, because there is a part of the relationship that is physical. Otherwise, you're just meeting a bunch of friends, right? So you have to want to kiss the guy.
So do you kiss guys?
I'm going to have to kiss a few guys. Yeah. Maybe more than a few.
This whole hour is about fashion. People often define, I remember when I turned over 40, someone said, oh, you can't wear mini skirts. And so I deliberately wear them every day now that I can.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. It's like, what are you talking about? So now we're making statements that age is just a number.
Yeah.
So what is the statement?
You are right.
What is the statement that you want to make with your fashion?
So I said to the stylist, I don't want to look like one of the regular bachelorette girls. I said, but I also don't want to look like a grandmother.
Oh.
I said, so we have to find something that both of us agree on. And so I have a tendency to wear a little bit more form-fitting clothes, but I'll either do shorter and looser or longer and more form-fitting.
Okay, so
maybe
shorter and looser, and if it's longer, it's like Jessica Rabbit. I love it. Well, congratulations on this.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. Be sure to catch Joan, the Golden Bachelorette. It airs on ABC Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern and streams next day on Hulu.